What up, though? My name is Lamont Howard, aka Tank, aka the Knowledge Bank, and we are here for the second annual Youth Empowerment Program powered by Detroit Roses. First off, I would like to thank Detroit Roses for the opportunity to be invited to speak today. I'm so grateful and thankful to be here to share information, to share my experiences with these young kids, just giving them information that they can use to apply in their life. If you believe that attitude is everything and you can have anything in your life because your attitude is everything, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Let's get it. Stay tuned. What's up? How everybody doing today? Good. All right, that's good. That's good. So we're going to start off by getting everybody energy up with this slow clap right here. Everybody join in. Now when I ask you how you feel, you're going to stay fired up, all right? Now, how you feel? How you feel? How you feel? How you feel? All right, stop clapping. When I say what up, though, y'all say what up, though? What up, though? What up, though? All right, now we're going to go ahead and get started. So first off, like she said, my name is Lamont Howard, a.k.a. Tank, a.k.a. the Knowledge Bank. I'm from right here in Detroit, Michigan. I was born on the west side at Sinai Hospital, and I grew up on the west side of Detroit, Michigan. Then when I was in the 6th grade, we moved to Belleville. I went to Belleville High School. I played sports there. Loved football, loved sports my whole life. That was my way out. I swore I was going to go to the NFL, but I was not a complete student athlete. Being a student and an athlete is very important. You have to be both of those things. So from there, I went to Defiance College, and I played Division III football there. Transferred from Defiance College and went to Central Michigan University. And at Central Michigan University is where my life totally changed. I did not make the football team as I thought, and I was completely devastated. Whoever had something happen to them in their life and they were just completely devastated, raise their hand. You didn't know what to do next. I didn't know what to do next, and from there, I asked Heavenly Father, like, what am I going to do now? Football is my dream. That was my passion. That's the way I was going to make it out. You see, coming from here in Detroit, I was only presented with a few ways to make it out and make a living for my family. That was get a 9-to-5 job to support my family, become a rapper and support my family, sell drugs and support my family, or play sports. What I wanted to do is play sports, so I went that route. And when that didn't happen, really didn't know what to do next. So what happened was I got introduced by a group and an organization of people that totally changed my life, because before this moment, before I was here standing talking to you today, I was just a normal kid from Detroit that only liked sports. I did not take school seriously. I did not like school at all. So when it comes to that, and my life totally changing to appreciating education, to appreciating the books and the knowledge around me, to appreciate all the knowledge that was being given to me, my whole life totally changed, all right? And I'm going to tell you what changed my life. The thing that changed my life, it has helped many people. It has helped Bill Gates. It's helped Oprah Winfrey. It's helped your favorite actor or athlete, whoever that may be. It is the one thing that elevates people no matter where they start. I don't care if you started at the bottom. I don't care if you started at the middle or at the top. It will help you to continue to level up in life. And what that thing is personal development. Now everybody say it with me. Come on. Personal development. Come on, I hear everybody say it. Come on. Personal development. When you all leave here today, you will know the benefits of personal development. You will know, one, why your development is important. You will also know some personal development plugs and some guidelines to follow when it comes to personal development. Now, first off, I'm going to go on some benefits about personal development. Personal development is very beneficial because it can help you enhance your life in any way you choose. Let's say you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, an actress, a basketball player, or a football player. Personal development will help you do those things. Personal development will help you enhance your life, that it doesn't matter if you come from nothing. It doesn't matter if your mom or dad didn't go to college or whatever circumstance or situation that you may come from. Personal development will rise you up to the occasion to be able to do whatever you want to do. And how do I know about personal development and the benefits of it? How do I know that it can help you enhance your life? Because it has tremendously helped me. Before personal development, I did not have very good communication skills. I didn't have good group communication skills or interpersonal communication skills when it came to talking to people. I was a very shy person, believe it or not. Before personal development, I never read a whole book until the age of 20 years old. So that means I went through middle school and high school and college without reading the whole book from front to back. Isn't that amazing? Like, how did I make it through all those years? So what personal development does, and the reason why I'm able to tell you about personal development is because that's something that I have been doing since August of 2013. Ever since then, I have been listening to the audiobooks, reading the books, talking to the people, getting the information that I need. And from there, literally, I went from not caring about reading, I went from not interacting with people, I went from just being an athlete, just being focused on one thing, to now, like this gentleman back here said, now I'm entrepreneurial mindset. Now I'm all about helping other people. Now I know that I am not a creature of circumstances, but I am a creator of my own circumstance. That's what personal development has helped me to know. So why is your personal development important? The reason why your personal development is important is because in life, you either create or disintegrate. In life, everything is either growing or dying. My football coach, Coach Robert LaPointe, RIP to him, he used to always tell us every day in football practice, and we should always apply this to our life. Every day in life, you're either getting better or worse. You never stay the same. And that's very interesting, and that's what compelled me to continue to learn different information. You see, the reason why your personal development is important is because if you stay the same, that's bad. That's very bad. Why is it bad? Let's see. What if you're 14 years old and you're still in second grade? How will people look at that? They will look at it like, wow, that person has not been growing. That person has not been developing. That person has not been changing. When you have a car, you have to continue to do what? Change the oil, change the tires. Now, what if you have a car, you do not change the oil and the tires? What will happen to it? It's going to shut down. Y'all just talk bad. So we should continue to change different things in our life. You see, there's a lot of things that change in life, but the only thing that stays certain in life is the fact that change will occur every single time. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about why changing is important. And when it comes to changing, it's about personal development and taking in new information. You always want to take in new information, no matter how big and how great you get. Even Kobe Bryant, 5 championship rings, scoring titles, slam dunk champions, 81 points in a game. Even after his basketball career, he still did stuff to elevate himself in his life, and now he's an Oscar winner. Whoever thought that Kobe Bryant would win an Oscar award? That's because even though he thought that he can do good at this point, he know that he can do better. Even though he's up high at this point, he know that there's so much more that he can do. Now, there was a company back in the early 2000s. This company used to sell DVDs by mail. Used to go online for this company. Used to, hey, yeah, I want to see that movie. They will send it to you in the mail. This company attempted to sell their company to Blockbuster for $50 million. Who here remember Blockbuster? Raise your hand. Blockbuster. Man. So, they attempted to sell their company to Blockbuster for $50 million. You know what Blockbuster thought? Oh, that's great. We're doing really good. We're worth a couple $1 million. Guess what happened in 2010? Blockbuster went bankrupt and they went out of business. And right now, today, the company that they refuse to buy, which is Netflix, is worth $168.9 billion. That's why growth is so important. That's why change is so important. It's not just something that you do in elementary, middle school, and high school. It's not something that you do just in college. You don't ever stop learning. You continue to learn. You continue to grow. Rivers flow, plants grow, and people, we reproduce. We must always be taking in new information. Now I'm going to give you some personal development plugs and let you know where you can find this information that can be so life-changing. You can find this information in books, in audios, in events like we're having right now, through people, through having mentors, and also putting in actions and experience. Now I'm going to go around the room and point out different people and tell me something that you would like to learn about. And I bet you I can point out a resource. You, what would you like to learn about? Psychology. So you can learn about psychology actually on YouTube, and a good book for psychology is reading Maxwell Malt's book, Psycho-Cybernetics. What would you like to learn about? Is there anything that you would like to learn about? I know there has to be something. What is there something that you would like to accomplish?
She likes to dance.
You do say you like to dance. So when it comes to dancing, picture someone that is an amazing dancer and you can learn that person directly, okay? What about you? What's something that you would like to learn about?
I want to learn a little bit more about football.
A little bit more about football. So one good thing to learn about football, this past year, Terrell Owens, Brian Dawkins, and Ray Lewis all just got inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Those would be great people to learn from because they are Hall of Fame football players. They could give you some great information that you could apply into your life. So when it comes to that information, this is what I'm talking about with personal development. Personal development is just not reading books. It's just not going to events like this. It's just not listening to audios. It's also action too. You're doing personal development when you're working out. You're doing personal development when you're running down the street. You're doing personal development when you're learning in school. And it's very important not to just learn just in school. It's not important just to learn just in work. Okay, you want to learn outside of these things. You want to learn and continue to increase yourself outside of school and outside of work. Books. Leaders are readers. Everybody repeat that with me. Leaders are readers. One more time. Leaders are readers. And I got one more. Learners are earners. Say it with me now. Learners are earners. One more time. Learners are earners. Who know who Warren Buffett is? Raise your hand. Warren Buffett, if you don't know who that is, he invests in stocks in many different companies. Warren Buffett is worth $85.5 billion. Warren Buffett says in his early career, he was reading 600 to 1,000 pages a day. Warren Buffett says even right now he spends 80% of his day reading. And not just reading books, reading numbers, reading a financial statement, knowing how to read income and balance sheets, knowing how to read people is very, very important. I did not care about the importance of reading. People have been telling me that reading was important my whole life, but that didn't help me. I still did not read a whole book until the age of 20 years old. But when I finally opened up my mind to actually read a book from front to the back, it literally changed my life. I learned that that's what the most successful people in the world are doing. They're reading books. And it's something that they say about us, especially people of melanin. They said if you want to hide something from us, hide it in the book. And the people that will read the book, they don't know how to read. And the people that will read, they won't share the information. When I heard that, I wanted to break all of those statistics and stereotypes and dig in deep into the books and share the information that I have learned, because I know that knowledge is liberation. Now, I would say knowledge is power, but knowledge is not power. Knowledge is potential power. What real power is the application of that book that you have read. The application of that knowledge that you have received, okay? Now I'm going to go on audiobooks. When I first heard about audiobooks, it was amazing to me. It tremendously helped me out because, like I said, I was not big on reading. When I first read my first whole book, it was Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I first listened to the book on YouTube. Books that literally changed people's life, people that have made millions of dollars, people that have created cures, people that have made inventions, people that are doctors. They literally read books like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen S. Covey. You can listen to these books on YouTube as audio tapes. And when I first started to listen to these books, that's how I was saying, okay, now listening to it is making a big difference in my life. Now what if I actually read it too? Now I started to read it and I started to build a new neurological pathway in my mind. What a neurological pathway is when you do something enough times, your brain actually starts rerouting itself to build that habit. And you can do that with anything. If you do something long enough times, a ratio will appear. What a ratio is the amount of times an average of how well you are doing something, okay? So books and audios. The next thing is events. Events change lives. Coming to events like this, learning information, taking notes, being in a good group of people that are positive, that have the same mindset as me, right? That want to accomplish, that want more from life. It literally changed my life. So go to as many events as you can and soak up all of the information. The next thing is people. The people that you hang around right now in the present will determine your future. When I first started doing personal development, the biggest thing that I learned about was the fact that you are the average of the top 5 people that you surround yourself with. And when I realized and I stepped back like, wow, you are the average of the top 5 people that you surround yourself with, I started thinking about my mom and dad and all the time that I spent with them. I started thinking about my brother and sisters and all the time that I spent with them. I started thinking about all my best, closest friends that I call my brothers and all the time that I spent with them. And I noticed that I have adapted a few of their traits and characteristics in my life. Some of their laughs, some of the foods that they like to eat. We watch the same TV shows, we like the same movies, we listen to the same music. You know why? Because you are the average of the top 5 people that you surround yourself with. And if you want to surround yourself with attractive people, you must be an attractive person, all right? Also, when it comes to people, you can learn from people, have mentors, even people that are great mentors. Somebody name someone that they look up to, or wait, no. Who is someone that you look up to? Anyone? Paul George. Paul George, he can be a mentor to a young man like you because you aspire to be in the NBA, you like to play basketball, right? Paul George can be a mentor to you, but even though Paul George is a mentor, he still gets mentored. You see, mentors are people that share information, even though they are a mentor, that does not stop them from learning. And you don't just have one mentor, you have multiple mentors in different areas of your life. You got a spiritual mentor, a financial mentor, a mentor that help you get your school stuff right, a mentor that help you work out physically, okay? So it's very, very important to learn from people as well. What's some more personal development plugs? You have books, you have audios, you have people, you have events, action. You learn the most from action. There's nothing like doing it. There's nothing like doing it because you learn it yourself. And also when it comes to that action and doing it and learning yourself, there's another side to that, okay? It's great to learn from your own mistakes, but it's better to learn from other people's mistakes. Because when you learn from other people's mistakes, you don't have to make the same mistake as they once did. Let's say it took someone 5 years to go to college and get their degree in engineering. If you learn from them the right way, you can get the right information and get the mistakes that they did. Hey, I did wrong in this class. I didn't get that information right. I didn't read my syllabus. If you actually read the syllabus and do the work earlier, some days, hey, you might already have the work done. Some days you might not have to go to class if you're sick because you already have the work done. And you go ahead and you graduate in 4 years. You do it faster. So please learn from other people's experience as well. And also, doing it yourself is very important. Now, what if y'all two was walking down the street, y'all never played basketball before, right? And y'all see people playing basketball in that gym. You went right in and you started playing basketball with them, and you started to learn for the first time. You, instead of going right in to play basketball for the first time, you wanted to go right there on that computer to research some information. Who will be the better basketball player after an hour, everyone? Who will be the better basketball player? The one who went and played. You see how important it is to actually put into action and experience? Repetition is key. Repetition is key with anything that you do. So whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whatever desire that you have, whatever it is that you want to fulfill in your life, whoever it is that you see yourself being in the next 5 years or 10 years, do it right now. What are some actions that you could do right now to get you to that point? And who can you learn from? What book can you learn from? What audio can you learn from? What event can you go to learn this information, to take down notes through personal development, apply it in your life, and do it and get better results? Because that's what it's all about. It's all about continuous growth in life. Like I said earlier, rivers flow and plants grow. Now the last thing when it comes to personal development is some guidelines to follow. When it comes to those guidelines to follow, the guidelines are number one, who do you listen to? When it comes to information, who do you listen to? Now see, if you want to make $100,000 a year income, should you take advice from someone that only makes $25,000 a year?
You could, it depends. Are we not supposed to talk?
Now she said you could, it depends. I mean, it's how you look at it. But honestly, if someone's making $25,000 a year, how can they help you make $100,000? Depends on how the person looks at life. So if you look at life in a manner of, okay, this person makes $25,000 a year and I want to make 100, what you can learn from that person is what not to do. We can learn what not to do. But how can y'all ask me how California looks like, what LA looks like, if I've never been there before? How can I tell you about the destination if I've never been to the destination? So if you're getting information from someone, do not accept that information as fact and do not apply that information. I would not, unless you would trade lives with them. If you can trade life situations with them and say, hey, you know what, I can trade my life with theirs, they're living pretty good, then I would accept that information. But if someone's giving you some information someone's telling you some information about having a good relationship and they obviously have not had a good relationship in their life, should you be listening to that person?
No.
If a person is overweight and they're trying to tell you how to be more healthy and get six-pack abs, should you be listening to that person? You know, like, I could be eating hamburgers and chips and hot dogs, and I could be telling y'all, yeah, y'all know y'all should eat healthy. Should y'all be listening to me? No. Listen to people that have the results that you want, all right? Because everything that we have in life as well, it's very important to know this, everything that we have in life, we have by the information that has gone inside of our head and what we have applied. You see, even before we were born, before we got here, think of this. There were people out here creating things to win over our attention, to win over our choices. So we have to be very clear. If there was people already creating things to win over our attention before we even got here, once we got here, there was people putting in all of this information, and we have no idea what it is. So that's what personal development will help you do. Personal development will help you eliminate negative thoughts and negative thinking from outside influences, because there are a lot of negative influences out there. That personal development will help you replace those negative thoughts, because we cannot eliminate those negative thoughts. We cannot eliminate those negative influences, but we can replace them with positive ones. I believe that everyone in this room can literally do anything that you think of, because your thoughts are things. Your thoughts literally carry weight. They have a frequency, they have a vibration. And whatever you're thinking, you can literally bring that into your life in the physical form. So I want you to know that personal development is the light to your bright future. And I want you all to know that you can do anything, because your attitude is everything. Thank you for your time. And have a great day.